I got quarantine hair. Looking like Dean Grisbowski right now. What are you gonna do? Let's talk about why you're losing clients. This video is brought to you by MailRush.io, a cold email automation tool. Stick around till the end to learn more, but for now, enjoy the video. Why are all of your clients leaving? What is happening? Well, I had a major issue with this early on when we were starting our marketing company, X27. I remember so vividly the calls asking for refunds, the getting yelled at by clients, and it was even to the point that I was having trouble selling because all I could do was imagine the client that I'm selling to. Instead of picturing them being successful at the end, all I could picture was them yelling and being mad. And when that's happening, you know you have a real problem. And I think what was so interesting about that whole process is the thing that got to me the most was not the yelling, it was the disappointment. If you're losing clients, it should break your heart. And it was breaking my heart to see these people. They trusted you with their time and money, and you wasted it. They're closer to death and further from their goals. Really sad. And it's all your fault. So why is it happening? Here is what we did and how we broke through and were able to finally get happy clients instead of angry, disappointed clients. The first thing is find your actual offer. Understand that you might be selling to the wrong customers. And the way to find that out is to look at your biggest success stories where you've actually succeeded and try to clone that type of customer and then say no to anyone that doesn't fit that exact criteria. For us, the biggest success came from tutorial videos, like the ones you watch here on YouTube, and one-on-one coaching. So we cut everything else. The tutorial videos became the Email 10K course. We added a lot more tutorials. There's over 10 hours of content in that course. And as long as you see that countdown clock going, every course purchase comes with one-on-one coaching. So we cut everything else and we only focused on the places where we were getting the most testimonials and the most success. That's why we don't sell our marketing review anymore, even though people were paying us $12,500 per review. Number two is set better expectations. It was huge when we realized that a lot of our early clients didn't get mad because we sucked at marketing. We were good at marketing. I had people that were telling me that we grew their business by over 16%. We made people millions of dollars. This is a legit thing. We're good at what we do. So why, if we're good at marketing, were clients still getting mad? And why were they leaving? It's because we were promising way too much. And that was a key thing that I realized is people will still buy from you if you give them honest results. We used to promise things like 100 meetings a month and then fail to deliver. Because sure, for some businesses we can get that, but not for all businesses. Then we started promising 10 meetings a month and we could hit it every time. That's a number we could easily hit. And what happens when you set a goal and then hit or exceed that goal every single month is clients now go from angry when you tell them you're gonna get 100 meetings and only get 12 to super happy when you tell them you're only gonna get 10 meetings and get 12. You're still getting the same amount of meetings, but because those expectations are different, now the client's happy versus angry and wanting to leave. And that's the thing to realize is in the long run, your sales will increase if your customer happiness increases. So if you think that you need to stretch the truth or promise these big numbers in order to get clients, you're actually planting a landmine and you're setting yourself up for failure in the future. Our conversion rate did not go down when we promised 10 meetings a month instead of 100 meetings a month. In fact, in the long run, it went up because clients were happier and they were recommending other clients. And that's something to realize if you're selling. Honesty gets way more clients in the long run. And the third thing you want to do is sell a lot more. Once that's settled, once you've figured out what you're actually selling and how to find the clients that are actually going to be happiest with your service and you're selling it in the right way, now you need to get more clients. So use cold email or the Email 10K process to find them. Because the more customers you have, the less you'll feel for each one. And that means you can keep taking them back to the process. If you know that they should be succeeding and they're seeing the results that you think they should be seeing, then if they yell at you or they ask for refunds, they're actually in the wrong, and you can sit back and point them towards the terms of service that they signed, or you can take a much harder line when you don't care as much about each client because you have a lot more clients. And that leads to better decision making for you as a business owner, salesperson, whoever. And there's another thing to keep in mind, especially if you're selling marketing services. And that is, number 4, some clients will fail no matter what. I don't know why it is. Maybe they're just unlucky people. Maybe everything they do fails. And then they hire you and you happen to fail too. but it is something to accept as a business owner, especially a services business owner. Sometimes it doesn't matter how much you put into a project, the client will still fail. And if your success rate is high, you're safe blaming that on the client. Maybe it's their positioning. Maybe they lied on the way in and they don't have as many customers as they said, and they're trying to use you for validation instead of growth. Like, there could be all sorts of reasons for why it's not working. And at that point, don't take it personally. If you fail to succeed 100% of the time, for sure, it's on you. But if you're succeeding 80, 90% of the time, then the 20% failure rate, most of the time it's gonna be on the client and something that is fundamentally flawed with either them and the way that they interact with you or their company. And that's what's leading to the failure. It's not you if you're succeeding 80 to 90% of the time. The 10% failure is on them. And just keep in mind that an 80 to 90% success rate is gigantic and basically unheard of in any space. No agency is gonna come in and tell you that they have a 100% success rate, and if they do, they're not following the earlier point in this video about lying to your clients and stretching the truth. And I think that is just something to keep in mind. So while you're losing clients, you need to, 1, find the actual offer, set better expectations, sell a lot more, and realize that some clients will fail no matter what. This video is brought to you by mailrush.io. If you need to send cold emails, or if your current provider isn't allowing you to send cold emails, you must get an account with mailrush.io. With mailrush.io, you can send bulk emailing campaigns on autopilot while avoiding blacklisting problems. Improve your sending reputation with your own dedicated IP. And they'll include a free customized IP warm-up schedule with your dedicated IP account. Get 30% off the first month with the promo code COLDEMAIL. In addition to the discount, you can also open a free trial account with a sending credit of 1,000 emails. All right, back to the video. Are you losing clients? Let me know. What do you think is the reason why you're losing clients? Or if you've lost clients in the past and fixed it, what are some things that you did to repair your business? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video to encourage the YouTube algorithm, subscribe for more content, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.